Alrighty, we are live, and my apologies, I had set it to June 30th. It's not June 30th today. Yeah, usually there were people waiting for my stream, so I was like, oh no, I must have put the wrong date. You know, you'd think that after this many lives I would be getting better. Clearly not. It would help if I knew what day we were at any given time. I still do not. Anyway, welcome to finding out if this is going to be a delicious fudge cake recipe or not. I am mythic. So, what I know for sure is that we're off to a great start with, okay, this is how I know, and this is why I picked this recipe to try out, because there's mayonnaise in the cake, okay? Now, growing up, my mother would always make me a mayonnaise cake for my birthday, and I made one not too long ago, and it was so tasty and flavorful without needing icing that I'm very excited to try this. So this recipe is, I think it's from, oh my goodness, I wish there was a website on here, but the Butternut, hold on. The Butternut Bakery, okay? And it's called the Moist Chocolate Cake. Chocolate cake, and then chocolate fudge frosting. Ingredients are 230 grams of all-purpose flour, 30 grams of cornstarch, 100 grams of unsweetened cocoa powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of kosher salt, 200 grams of granulated sugar, 205 grams of dark brown sugar packed, 108 grams of vegetable oil, 230 grams of mayonnaise, 3 large eggs plus 1 egg yolk, 128 grams of milk, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 240 grams of hot coffee, or 1 cup of hot water plus 2 teaspoons of instant espresso powder. I might actually use my decaf, my favorite decaf garbage that I do have espresso powder though, but I'm thinking I'm going to use this because I really like the taste of it. Hi Leo, hi Vasily, welcome. Okay, and then for the frosting, 2 cups of unsalted butter, 165 grams of powdered sugar, 3 tablespoons of corn syrup. So this is going to be a 2-parter because I'm going to have to make the cake, let it cool, and I'm going to have to ice it. Tomorrow I work 2 to 10, so I either ice it late at night or in the morning, or on Canada Day. Maybe we'll have a fudge Canada Day cake. So 3 tablespoons corn syrup, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, salt, warm water. This is Dutch processed cocoa powder, and dark chocolate chips. So I actually I've never tried this one, but this is Dutch processed, so we're gonna see. And the first thing that I have to do, because they didn't have dark brown sugar, I'm gonna have to make it myself. And I googled, you can make brown sugar with regular granulated sugar and molasses, so that's what I'm gonna do. It said to make a cup of dark brown sugar, it's 1 cup of granulated sugar and 1 tablespoon of the, if I could speak English, it would help, and 1 tablespoon of molasses. So, what I am going to do though, I will weigh it so that at least I get like an accurate cup. So, I just went to No Frills to pick up some of the ingredients that I needed to make this cake. And the guy at the cash was like, "Do you work out?" I was like, "Do I?" I was like, "Yes." And then I make cake. That was very funny. Hello, Best Systems Reborn. Welcome everyone to finding out. So, okay, very excited. I'm going to be trying out my new aluminum pans, but not only that, I also got, they're called cake strips. So you wet them, you put them around the pan, and it helps the edges stay nice and moist and not kind of, because you know how the edges usually cook faster than the rest. So we're about to find out. So I'm just going to make my dark brown sugar. 200 grams, if I'm not mistaken. On the dot. Okay. And then 1 tablespoon is going to be tough to measure out. My tablespoon is over here. Ooh. So yes, if you were not aware, you can make your own brown sugar with granulated sugar and molasses. And honestly, I usually do this because then I don't have to worry about the brown sugar going hard. We're already chaotic, so off to a good start. And I've got my cute little whisk. I'm going to go ahead and combine this until it becomes brown sugar. The sound is low. Ooh, okay. Is the sound better now? Because it might be because of the fan. Thanks, Leo. Let me know if the sound is better. It's not. How's the sound for everyone else? Okay, let me see. Okay, let me know. This is gonna connect. You can let me know. Is this better? Cynthia, let me know. But I appreciate you telling me because yes, people are generally will not. So I can't troubleshoot if people don't tell me. It's laggy with this mic. Okay, let's see. Better before. Okay, I wonder if I can. Like, there's not any options to do any kind of troubleshooting, really. It's so okay. Lower than normal. I wonder if it's capturing my fridge humming. Okay, it's better now. Yeah, that's the one thing. that I've bought everything else but not a better mic. So clearly this needs to happen. Good enough. Okay. Well, clearly I need to invest in a microphone then. Instead I bought a rice cooker. Not as good as yesterday. Let me get you maybe a little bit closer. Yeah, definitely gonna be staying inside tomorrow, hey? Or going to the pool. It's bleh. So I'm making brown sugar, dark brown sugar. They only had golden, like a lighter brown sugar in the store. And the recipe specifically says that you need a darker sugar because the moisture in the molasses helps the cake and be super moist. So I am preheating my oven, and as usual I'm preheating it lower than the recipe calls for because my oven tends to run a little bit hot. But tonight, everyone, I will be purchasing a microphone. That's it. I think my phone, because I did drop it in water at some point, so it's probably partly why it's acting up, but yeah. I do sometimes, Tiana, make chicken strips at home. I actually air fry them and I use a mix of breadcrumbs and panko. Just like that's, I haven't made them in a while. I used to have like a spray oil, but I don't anymore. So just a little bit of spray, and then I make myself like a chipotle mayo or something. Not chipotle, but I mix ketchup and mayo. So yes, you can make your own brown sugar, and that way you don't have to get a separate sugar. The molasses stays good for a long time, and you don't have to worry about your brown sugar hardening and having to. So there we go. We're getting there. It's still combining the molasses and the sugar. You can see it's kind of, I feel like it's maybe not even dark enough for. Okay. Okay, Cynthia. I mean, I invested in a gimbal because poor Karen, I was making her sick. So, Cynthia, I will happily invest in a microphone for you. And not just for you, but for everyone else and for myself. It's funny because I had purchased microphones and I ended up getting rid of them because I was like, because I don't do like walking live streams and things like that, I didn't really, but there's a lot of noise in my kitchen if I'm cooking and doing all kinds of things, so. Okay. Tiana, is that low? Is 13 low? Because if the max is 15, I mean, I've seen TVs go all the way to like 60, so I guess it depends. Yeah, but you know what, guys? Like, it's not the first time. Like, when sometimes some of my streams, when I rewatch them, the sound is like super choppy. So there's something going on, and I did drop my phone in water not too long ago, so. Interesting. Yeah, Lavalier or the DJI ones. There's some that are cute colors, which I like. Okay, alrighty. So I think that's combined enough. So now it looks like this. Okay, so through the ingredients here. So preheat the oven. I've already pre-cut the parchment paper, but I'm actually going to go ahead and put butter in all ready so that when the batter is good to go, we are good to go. If you know what I mean. Alrighty. It's bleh. Well, Ken was very, very helpful in promoting my channel. Very grateful. That's how I got it to what it is now. So this is not, I mean, in a way it is organic because you guys have seen me on Ken's channel. So I'm just borrowing you guys, and that's why I make sure that I don't live stream or do videos at the same time as his premieres because, like, I have the same audience basically. Ken has 30. What is he at now? 34,000. So 34.2, 34.3. I'm keeping track kind of closely because for every kind of milestone, I like to bake him something. I saw actually like a peanut butter chocolate cake, and I was like, ooh, and I sent them to him. I'm like, look, Ken. 32.5, okay. My fingers are gonna smell like butter until the end of time. So unfortunately, I only have 2 of these pans. That's okay. Because I think this is a 3-layer cake, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it is, because it calls for 3. So, okay. There we go. These are prepped and ready to go. This can go back in here. Now, I couldn't remember if I had bought, you see, I have a ton of butter. Oh, okay, well, whatever. But I did want to make sure that I have, oh, thank God. Okay, I have mayonnaise. Okay, perfect. Okay. So, off we go. You know what? I had gotten to like 370, I think, and then it kind of like goes down because I haven't filmed anything in a while. But it's funny, like it really does fluctuate. I don't know what's bled. I'm very curious, the algorithm, like I guess I think what happens, especially maybe for a new channel, is like it kind of like suggests it to different people and it kind of sees what who might be interested. Carl, I know because a pound of butter is 2 cups. So this recipe calls for 2 cups, so I got a pound. Did I know Johnny Strides? Yes. So I think it was like an ex-boyfriend that actually introduced me to these walking channels. And I think we both just ended up watching more of Ken's live streams. I think also like his chat was a lot quieter at the time because he didn't have as many subscribers. So it was nice. It was more interactive. Like he would respond to more um, of like our comments and well, it's do you know the game Elden Ring? I actually went to see a Toronto Symphony Orchestra with Nico of like it was an Elden Ring theme. I mean, it's everyone likes cake and cookies, and I don't only do I do also kind of like protein healthy gym stuff as well. So Well, that's perfect, Tyler, because I will be working, so... Okay, let's get this baking. And a medium bowl, okay, whisk together. So we're doing the dry first in a medium bowl. And what do we need? We need, see, I hate, okay, actually, I'm gonna do this. I need both. 230 grams all-purpose flour. Yeah, I think I like Ken's content because, you know, everything in the world is on fire, and so much other content is just this like grabby, catchy, you know, dopamine, just, yeah, the world's on fire, and it's just a calm space to just recollect and just chat about whatever, you know? So we're doing flour. Thankfully, I bought myself some more cornstarch. Stay fresh, no mess. Alrighty. Psych. Much mess. Okay. How much cornstarch? So this is interesting. 30 grams of cornstarch. Woo! $30 grams. Cocoa powder. 100 grams. Well, Carl Roth, just for you. Just, oh my goodness. I do have myself some ice cream. I actually just saw it earlier and I was like, ooh, chocolate cake, warm with ice cream? Get out of here. Just get out of here. I can't. Okie doke. So we want 100 grams of unsweet cocoa powder. Oh, this stuff smells divine. Do you guys remember the moment where you were betrayed by cocoa powder? As a kid, thinking that, you know, it smelled so good, so it must taste just as good. And then you taste it and you realize it's not what you thought. And there's the confusion of like, how could this be? What? All right. This. Baking soda. Baking soda and baking powder. I have a big thing here. What is it? Ah, here it is. 1 teaspoon. I am gonna make something for Ken. Hi, Chantal. Do I like to eat sprinkles? I love to eat sprinkles. In fact, I don't know if you remember my birthday sprinkles. Look at how pretty. And yes, I did take a few spoonfuls for quality assurance purposes. And they were like ridiculously expensive. Ever you wonder why like cakes are so expensive? Those were like $12. I was like, well, it's my birthday. I will treat myself, but crazy. 2 teaspoons baking soda. 1. Yeah, honestly, so more like the vanilla dip donut at Tim Hortons has become one of my favorite donuts just because of the crunch of the sprinkles. So, yes, I love sprinkles. Okay, so I think that's the and salt, of course, salt over here. Alrighty. And I'm gonna whisk it. So you guys can see I've got a mama whisk and a baby whisk. Yes, I just saw chocolate cake for breakfast. So I used to have half of a Costco muffin for breakfast, which is basically cake. The double chocolate one. For years, I had half a Costco muffin and a glass of apple juice. On a scale of 1 to blood sugar, like, no, I don't know. That seems like a wild breakfast to have. Days are winning. Yes, we are discontinuing my real name. You can refer to me as I was 12 and now I'm Cookies. Thank you, Chantal. It's okay. It's gonna take some time to spread the word, and I see that Ken has already updated the playlist that he has with me on his channel, which is really nice. See, that's the kind of person that Ken is. He just like didn't have to ask, like he just right away. Very, very, very thoughtful person. That's okay, Tara. That's okay. Guys, just it's all good. It's all good. We're just I know it takes a while to get the word out, and I feel that everyone was trying to be very like kind and polite in saying my name, and I've just decided I want to just keep it low key because it is quite a unique name. So, oh yes, yeah. I mean, and my oven's on, so as you can imagine, it's gonna get hot in here, you know. Alrighty. So these are the dry ingredients. I shall put them aside, and let's deal with the wet ingredients. So in a measuring glass, add the milk and stir in the vinegar and vanilla. Interesting. I'm very curious about this mixture. And I love that I have like protein milk. So they want half a cup of milk. Okay. We're going to be precise here. We're in science class. So my science class was in French, so what is it called? Le ménisque? You know, the little, like, you had to measure the bottom of that little arch? I know, we are literally microwaving ourselves. We're like, we have completely lost the plot. I think we just need to delete the internet and just go talk with, one another. Just go outside, touch some grass, delete everything. Woo! Just dropping everything. As always, all right, pure white vinegar. And how much of this do we need? 1 tablespoon. Of course, my tablespoon is now full of. I know. Hi, Nico. I know you were texting me, and I was like, no, I'm live. But all I caught is that your gym session destroyed you, so I'm excited to hear about it. Okay, 1 tablespoon of vinegar. And then I think 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Where is it? Where's my vanilla? Ah, right here. Well, I'm being very precise with the vanilla just because, like, I don't know, isn't that going to curdle with the vinegar? Maybe that's the point? I don't know. So it says, stir. Weird. Stir with a fork. Yeah, that's going to get weird, but okay. Set aside. I'm setting it aside. Yeah, that's, oh my gosh, with the vinegar. It's making kind of like a, this is how you make like not mozzarella, ricotta, I don't know. Anyway, okie doke. So, okay, in a large mixing bowl. So this is where my stand mixer comes in. We've got Stella. We gotta put her to work. Although it does say, I don't know if it's a hand mix. But maybe we'll just, am I failing at life right now? Alrighty. We are going to put, so this is the sugars. So we're doing a brown sugar. I need myself a whisk. Alrighty. So you know it's getting serious. Where did I put it? Oh, 200 grams. Ah! No! 205. Go back. 202. Nico's watching this, like, knowing he's gonna get a taste. He'll be my quality assurance or taste tester. What's happening in the chat? Carl, I can't have that much milk because I'm just here on my own, so I don't get through it. I don't get through it quick enough, so I have to be mindful, and sometimes I just get like the smaller ones because the number of times that and I also now pour my milk before my coffee because of the issue I have with never finishing on time. So not a lot. Okay, and then it says 3 large eggs and 1 egg yolk. Did you know also that it's easier to separate the yolk from the egg white when the eggs are cold? So it says, right, 3 large eggs plus 1 egg yolk. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the egg yolk first, and I'm also gonna store it in my little, I'll just eat it tomorrow. So let's go ahead here. Oh. Wait, I did the wrong way. I need the yolk. I'm a genius. Okay, yolk is here. Oh, I messed up because now the egg white is going to be sweet. Well, I tried. Here. Now, the secret ingredient that I promise you makes cakes incredible. Did I take it out already? I thought I had, but I guess I did. Oh my gosh. Okay, I've lost the mayonnaise. You guys see it? No, it has to be my fridge. It was literally in my face. Okay. So, 230 grams of mayonnaise. Oopsie. This recipe is from Butternut Bakery. So the link is butternutbakeryblog.com/moist-chocolate-cake. And the reason why I picked it is because there was mayonnaise in the cake, and I've known mayonnaise to be a really great ingredient for super moist, super tasty, delicious, amazing cake. So it says sugars, oil, and mayo. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to tear this and use the oil to help me. Okay, 108 grams. I finally got myself some vegetable oil. Like so many recipes call for it. Perfect. Alrighty. Okay. Just has to start with that. Mix together the sugars, oil, and mayo. We're going to do a little mixeroonie of this first. Well, I made some nice Cajun chicken pasta. My friends were visiting from Montreal. They went to Kensington Market. Nico and I went to Le Gourmand. on spadina for breakfast on Saturday morning. Like 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Okay, gotta give a shout out to Le Gourmand. I had like oatmeal for breakfast, and he had like a salmon omelet, and we shared a little chocolate souffle. I don't even know how to describe the texture. Like it was airy, but also moist and also rich, which it was spectacular. It was spectacular. Spectacular, give me 14 of them. Like, really? And it's rare. It's rare that you have experiences like that where you're like, holy crap. That's why I do a lot of cooking and baking, because I can never find anything that's good enough. Okay. So it says to add that, and then to pour in the milk mixture, which, look at this texture now. Weird, kind of interesting. Now, I'm going to need this again because when I make the hot coffee, so I'm going to go ahead, boil some water. Okay, pour in half of the dry ingredients and whisk to combine. Okay, but I want to have the coffee ready, so 1 cup. Okay. This is 2 teaspoons of stuff. Real concentrated. Gorgeous. Put this away. This is actually my old molasses. I'm gonna dump this. So really, I kept the label at the bottom of the pan so I could measure the parchment paper. This way. Cocoa powder. Sugar. What is everyone doing for Canada Day? Let's say that I can add half of the dry mixture. So it says that you have to have like hot coffee because it helps the cocoa bloom. Half the dry ingredients in this to combine. All right. I almost bought myself a Ninja Creamy, but I decided it's time to make my life easier and not more complicated. Like, it's not like I'm missing protein ice cream right now, but I am missing something to help me, make rice, make steel cut oats. know, this is super hot, so your town is food challenged. Here, it's just that things are really expensive. So, all right. So it says, okay. What am I doing? I'm gonna take this off. Make sure all of the So does it say, it says 1 cup of hot coffee or 1 cup of hot water plus 2 teaspoon instant espresso powder. I wonder if I should make this stronger. Maybe I will add actual espresso powder because that instant coffee stuff is not very concentrated. You know? And I have espresso powder. So let's see. I did mention, but I know I'm kind of all over the place. So the recipe's from the Butternut Bakery. Butternut Bakery on Instagram, and the actual website is butternutbakeryblog.com, and the name of the recipe is Moist Chocolate Cake. I will put it in the description too. I don't know if this is concentrated enough. Honestly, we'll have to work with it. So, alrighty, 1 cup, and there we go. And then I keep adding. It says that the batter is supposed to be like super liquid and super thin, so now I feel like I want to bake them one at a time to really be able to watch the temperature and make sure they don't overbake, and be able to put that pan underneath. My oven isn't that spacious. How long does this need to bake for? 30 to 35 minutes. We can just have a little bit of a chat. Because so normally, because the bottom element is so strong, and also I think it's said not to over mix. So we're gonna end that red layer. I don't think 2 will fit in here. No. So, step 1. Does it evenly distribute? I wish, or you know what, okay, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh this so that whenever I have something inside like this here, I can figure out how much to weigh. Like if I want to split this batter in 3 equal parts, I would just divide by 3 and just take away whatever this weighs. So that's something I'm going to do. I'm just going to scrape the sides here to make sure everything's in there. So yes, one improvement for sure, because now I have to eyeball it. I don't know what the plan is. I don't really really want to go anywhere because like downtown is freaking insane, especially now with FIFA, the Jays, Canada Day. Like, no, thank you. So, we are also testing out cake strips. Cake strip, you wet it. You have a nice fabric like this. You go ahead and put it around your pan. This. So with the aluminum pans plus this, we should have some nice, moist chocolate cakes. Sorry, what am I? I'm sorry. What am I doing? Why are we getting? Oh wait, there's like a nasty egg part here that I don't want to lick off. All right. No, I'm not baking it. I'm just eating it like this. Wow. Okay, well that's freaking delicious. We'll see how it translates too. Wow, very rich. That's gonna be nice. And my recipe is full of chocolates. And this I'm going to wipe down and put it away. All right. Now the hard part is figuring out what a third of this is. And finally, I actually have like the right size pan for the recipe because I only had 9-inch. Alrighty. So they say 30 to 35. We know my oven is serious. So we're gonna add a timer. We're gonna do 23 minutes. Nice and centered. Alrighty, off she goes. Yeah, I also wanted to make this cake today because I was like, there's no freaking way I want to have my oven on in the next 2 days. Bada bing, bada boom. Aquarius from When I Meat Chicken. Alrighty. Okay, while we wait, I'm also going to size this one. So basically, okay, there's a thing here, there's a thing here. And need you to size it. What am I doing? I'm going to do this. Yeah, I was actually out on a walk and then picking up ingredients, unfortunately, during the premiere, so I'm going to have to catch it later, maybe while I'm getting ready for bed, or I'm going to forget to like put it on my desktop. Okay. Whew. Okay. Like this. Okay, perfect. And then I'll size the next one as well. There we go. Perfect. Normal sized. Good to go. Like this. Yeah, I worked on Victoria Day, and I don't usually work holidays. And the last time I did work holidays, I was a flight attendant, so we're not entitled to any kind of premium. You know what song I have in my head? It's that Dracula song by Tame Impala. Remember when I showed it to Niku, he was like, I've never heard this before. And then he just heard it on repeat. I feel like it just plays at both of our gyms. Oh, you know what? The next Canada game is on July 4th, which I thought was pretty funny. The FIFA. All right. So, oops. So, who are the teams that are still in? I know Canada. I know Argentina's still in. I think Nico told me today. Paraguay eliminated Germany, I think is what he said. Which is a wild one. just rinsing everything so that when I get to actually doing my dishes later, it'll be easier. If I had a bigger kitchen, I would be doing handstands right now. Actually, I made a friend when I went to see the last game at a local pub, and it turns out we go to the same gym, so I've been bumping into her at the gym a few times. And I was practicing my handstands, and she's like, wow, like, did you used to be a gymnast or something? I was like, not at all. I just one day decided that I wanted to try doing handstands, and so I've been practicing them, and I'm getting better. Oh my gosh, should we just do handstands while I wait to the... We've got 16 minutes. Yes! Okay, let's have some chaos. Let's have some chaos. Okay. Oh. Yo, Trent, you're actually right. Oh, hold on a second. You're right on time for the chaos. Okay, hold on. What's happening? Okay. All right. Is that a good... Oh, my towels are hanging. Wait, is that a good angle? Can you guys see? If I do a handstand? Yeah. Okay. I'll do one right here. Oh. All right. So, I'm just getting better at, like, holding it. You see? It's more controlled. Holy shit! Yeah, there's definite handstand improvement. Okay. Okay. See that? You see that? All you have to do is practice. Okay. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. So close. So close. Now my arms are getting tired. Okay. You see that? Oh my gosh. So good. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, you know, in my head, you do kind of get used to it a little bit. I painted it, Cynthia. When I was doing art therapy, I painted it. There were many layers, and interestingly enough, like I didn't even know this about my art therapist, but I said, you know, I feel like doing a mural, and she was like, I'm literally a muralist, and I was like, well, it was meant to be. So there were layers underneath, and I painted over them to be able to start over, but I'm actually in the process of like finalizing my application to volunteer for to be a big sister. And one of the things that I would love to do is like paint a mural with my little. I think it would be so like healing and so beautiful. Trent, we are making a chocolate fudge cake. We are making a chocolate fudge cake, and I'm just doing the baking of the cake tonight, and then the actual like fudge icing is gonna have to happen probably Canada Day. So, which is good because my oven doesn't have to be on during the hottest days. I want to actually go replay here and see my handstands. I go? Yes. I'm watching a replay of my handstands. Yeah, they're definitely improving. I got it for so long. So it hasn't clicked yet. Like there hasn't been a moment where I've been like, okay, I can do a headstand. I can't do a handstand. So a headstand, it's so familiar. Like I just know the feeling that I'm looking for, and then I just lock in. But the handstand, it's like it's happening by chance. Okay, how much time? 10 minutes. 10 minutes 45. I kind of really didn't have that much of a proper dinner. What did I have today? So I had my usual yogurt bowl. And then coming back, I had like a smaller yogurt bowl with protein powder and banana. Then for lunch, I had my chicken. Actually, I posted a video of what I had for lunch. I had chicken, sweet potato, black beans, cucumber, and tzatziki. And then I snacked on like cottage cheese and raspberries and popcorn, basically. So I'm kind of missing a meal. But I'm actually also really thirsty, so let me take care of that first. I'm going to pour actually the next batter into here. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not, because this I want to be like freshly wet. Freshly, like, before I put it in the oven. Well, I thought the username TransCanada was like kind of in reference to the TransCanada Highway, but also music. I don't know if I'm wrong. But it's also across Canada. I don't know. What is the story behind the username? I might actually just rotate it, maybe. Yeah, the thing is that the light in my oven has burnt out a while ago, and I just never changed it. I took this extra hair behind my ears. There we go. All right, about 6 minutes left. I'm debating. I am quite hungry. Maybe I'll just do like black bean, ground beef, and rice. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna reheat everything with some extra chili powder. So, a little bit of rice. Ground beef. Fat. A little bit of black beans. This is from yesterday's meal prep. Whoop! That's a lot. That's all right. I don't know. It depends. Like, I think if there's fireworks anywhere near here, but we're not gonna like go out of our way to go see any. I mean, unless he has a plan of some kind. But I think we've discussed, but doubtful. We kind of like to lay low and not just where the crowds are just for the sake of being there. Especially in Toronto, it's just, and especially this year with everything else going on, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, dinner at 10, yeah. Sometimes it just do be like that, you know? I put extra chili powder. I mean, I started work at 11:30, so my day's a little bit like delayed. Alrighty. Mix it up like this. It's smelling real good in here. That's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say. Come on, heat up. So, let's see. Two minutes to go. He has kind of made a bit of an appearance. He's been kind of in the background, and then he, at some point when I was making dinner for him, you could kind of see him in the back. But no, it's my channel. I don't know if he'll ever make officially an appearance. Haven't decided yet. But he's always like, oh, I'm never sure. And I'm like, I'm not sure either. So maybe he'll remain a mystery. Mystery Man. It's like, what was that show where you could only see like the top half of the guy's face? No, he's not shy. Not at all. He's like the same. I film him all the time. And he just keeps talking. But no, I don't think that's really... Some things are mine, and some things are his, and this is mine. I think that's what it is, really. Alright. I'm gonna actually check on the cake. I just took out toothpicks. There they are. Okay. Ooh. Okay. It has domed a little bit. And honestly, seems to be kind of ready. Okay, well, I'm glad that I reduced the time by as much as I did because holy. Alrighty. I'm gonna go here for now while it does its initial cooling phase. So. I'm like, can't calculate small kitchen. How do I? Okay. I need my other oven mitt. That would be smart. Alrighty. So, this over here. I'm gonna wet other strip-a-rooney. Around. I'm very curious to see how it's turned out. Alrighty. I don't know if I separated it very evenly, to be honest. I think I might have put a little bit too much in the first one. To show you how hot my oven is, to be honest. Because if that was thicker and it baked in 23 minutes instead of 30 or 35. Cynthia, because I always like to put a pan underneath because the bottom element's super hot and I can't fit two 8-inch. And I also wanted to make sure that if I messed it up, I only messed one up out of the 3. So, because the recipe said 30-35 minutes and it took 20. I'm gonna actually set it to 22 this time because this one I think is thinner. So let's set it to. Okay, I'll just watch it. So what we're gonna do, I'm not gonna make the mistake of flipping it right away, but we are going to separate it. Oh, you know what, you guys? Yeah, this cake strip, I think it did some magic. Did some magic. Oh, the way that smells. Alright. I'm actually gonna eat rice bowls. I like to eat with a spoon, especially for all the. Alrighty. Yeah, recipes like this, especially if it's the first time that I make them, and before this I didn't really bake that much, so I want to like get used to my oven and learn, you know, how long things take and. This is from yesterday's meal prepping. So today, I combined the rice, ground beef, some green onions, and some black beans. So, letting it cool for a little bit before I flip it. I did. For lunch, I had my chicken, sweet potato, cucumber, and some black beans too. And tomorrow, for breakfast, I basically always have the same thing, my yogurt bowl. I know like the proportions by heart. And then for lunch, I'm probably gonna have some eggs with egg whites, sweet potato, maybe some like steamed veggies or some spinach. But I always like I'm gonna go to the gym in the morning, so I want to time having a bit of like a protein bowl right after. That's really good. Okay. I do like tofu. What I find is it's just a lot of steps. Like I get the extra firm. I like put my cast iron skillet with like weight on top to squish it, and then you have to like coat it with you don't necessarily have to, but it just tastes a lot of it takes a lot of like seasoning and prep for it to taste like something. Um, but for a while I was having, yeah, because it's decently high in protein. I feel like the soy free one is even higher in protein. I didn't know. But I tried to make it super crispy. Mm. I've seen people like just straight up eat it like the softer one, where they put like sesame oil, soy sauce, green onions, sesame seeds, or like chili oil or whatever, and just like eat it with a spoon like that. It actually kind of looks interestingly yummy. I have to be patient. I have to be patient and let it cool enough. Mmm, smart. Mm-hmm. Delicious. A little bit spicy. Mm-mm. Okay. How much time are we at? Okay. 16 minutes to go. I'm just gonna hold this in front of the fan. I think it's cooled enough. Playing with fire here, carrying this around. Holy crap. Knowing the name of this channel, only chaos can happen. Okay. So, I'm gonna do this thing. Oh, I felt it release. Wait. You've got to come closer for this. Come. Scoot, scoot. Ah! Scooch in here. Come see this. I got up close and personal, you know? Okay. Look at it. Okay, yeah. So. Oh my goodness. She moist. She moist. Oh man, this is gonna be good. Oh man. Would you just look at it? It's like bouncy, 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 bouncy. And look at these edges. See that? So this is with the cake strip. You see that? Can you see it? Can you see? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. I gotta relax. I gotta calm down. Cynthia, I think I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do both. I'm going to share it with friends, share it with Nico. Yeah, basically, just tell everyone, come up, bring a Tupperware, here's your piece. Bye. Alright. I'm just gonna prep the third one here. It's still quite hot. So I'm just gonna take off this. Ooh, interesting. So I'll reuse it. I want it to cool before I can put in the next one, you know? Yeah, I know my friend has been craving a kind of double chocolate. Am I decorating it? Not today. I'm just concerned that the icing is a fudge icing and I don't know how firm it's going to be. So based on the images, I don't think it's an icing that you can really like decorate. Speaking of decorations, can I show you what I got? So yeah, it'll depend on the firmness of the icing. But you guys, look at this. She gonna be piping. She gonna be piping. I would love to be able to like pipe this icing, but I don't think it's gonna be very firm. So we'll have to see. Okay. More butter. I'm prepping the third pan. Little drops of chocolate everywhere. Yeah, that would be very cute. Oh, I absolutely will go live for the frosting part. I absolutely will. I just don't know. Like, I guess we'll have to find out. It's gonna be on Canada Day, so maybe I'll invite whoever wants to come and have a Canada Day cake. I'm gonna say, oops, I'm stuck a little bit to the side. Lesson learned. I gotta put some butter on the sides. Or I knew that. I just didn't. I mean, I want to do a live taste test too. I'll read. Let's see what the recipe says actually. There's kind of like bits of cake in here. I am definitely ready for the heat. Got my air conditioning installed. I've got like I have blackout curtains that have white on the other side so they reflect the light back out. And those I close during the day. And honestly, like, this apartment's surprising. I'm south facing, top floor, and yeah, surprising that I can keep it pretty reasonable in here. All right, what time are we at here? 8:30. Okay, I can definitely put the rest of the batter. We're about to find out how well I separated it in thirds. Unplug that. Oh my goodness. My hands are full of cake. Where the freak did I put? Just destroy my apartment. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'll put you back where you were just for, let's see what's going on. There we go. This aside. And actually, Stella can go over here. Okay, about 3 minutes. I'm gonna wet this. Interestingly, like the color of your pans actually has a decent impact on how things will actually bake. Lighter color doesn't absorb as much heat, so in theory, bakes more evenly. This is really good for like blondies and vanilla cakes, just really moist cakes like this. Oof. Actually, I want to kind of move this over. The solution I have so I don't have enough space on this for 3, so I'm going to use this mesh on top of like a bowl or something, so it has air underneath. Alright, when we hit the 1 minute mark, that's when I'm going to pull it out. I don't know if you can see it, but basically like a separator, or not a separator, but something to cover the gap between my stove and my countertop, because I used to spill and drop things so much, and I still do, but now it catches it, which is great. Very good. Smells real good. I'm gonna have my toothpicks ready. Okay. She's coming out. She's coming out. Woo! Somehow even thicker. So this one cool a little bit. This one going in. Ah! And we're setting. There we go. I'm actually going to move it off of the oven so it can actually do more cooling. There we go. Okay, so it's kind of, it domed a little bit, but it's flattened out, which is good. But it really nice. The edges, they are a little bit more cooked than the rest. I would say less than normal. I always just cut them off if I. Alrighty. I didn't even check with a freaking toothpick. What am I doing? Yeah. Yep. Yes. So I actually have this knife. I know they have like specific. Honestly, this is a little bit too thick for that. I feel like I need something a little bit sharper. But you do use like a serrated knife to cut off the top. I've not had to do that recently. When it was like lopsided but equally, like one had baked kind of, so I was able to even it out. And then you can also like with the icing to even it out. So Cynthia, this is very relaxing for me, so that's kind of what I enjoy. It's the process and it's like multi-step and then you build it and you learn different things. Zen casserole, who taught me the internet and recipes, reading recipes and making a lot of mistakes and messing up. But mostly, honestly, like the English. The Bon Appetit Test Kitchen that I was watching a lot of during COVID, and like Claire Saffitz, she has a series where she does the gourmet version of like she's done like gourmet Whoppers, gourmet wagon wheels, gourmet everything. So she kind of recreates it and tries to make it better. Oh, this. Well, my oven is here, and it actually doesn't really stay closed. I actually have to add like because there's no latch, so I've added tape so that it like catches on a little bit. So, ooh, yeah. So it's flattening out, and it's got a nice shiny surface. But yeah, so I learned from watching a lot of videos, being interested in it, caring about the taste of the things that I eat. A lot of times when I eat something, I'm like, I started thinking about what I could do to make it better. Or if it's something that's super yummy, I'm like, how do I recreate this? Like, how did they make this so freaking delicious? Here we go. I was able to move it aside a little bit. Oh, bouncy, bouncy. Let me also get the edges of this one. fasted for 24. I mean, on purpose, maybe not. So I have a harder time with it now because I have a lot of muscle and I get hungry really fast. Yes. Oh my god, that sounds amazing, Diva. It's all good. It's all good. You're getting to the best part where the three are gonna be ready. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be wrapping them in saran wrap. I'm going to be putting them in the fridge, and on not tomorrow, the day after, that's when we're gonna be doing the icing on Canada Day. I do want to make cultured butter. That's something that I keep saying I'm gonna do. Very, very interested in trying that at home. Where are we at now? 17 already. Yeah, this is like it, okay, the ingredients, especially nowadays, are getting, more expensive. And in terms of hobbies, and the result is something that you can share and bring joy to people. It's an art, and I really enjoy actually what I will be doing is taking a beautiful picture of this cake for sure. Mmm. Mascarpone. I was saying mascarpone. It's mascarpone. Mascarpone. All right. But you see, Zen casserole. This is Zen. Okay. At times it's not Zen, at times it's chaos, but that was the icing that I made for Karen's cake. It was the mascarpone, vanilla icing. Okay, let me just. So I'm actually going to use my makeshift situation here to flip it. I don't know how I'm going to flip the other one. Oh, baby girl. Oh, man. Oh, she's moist. Moisture. Oh, wow. To just look at it a little bit lopsided, but that's okay. We can work with it. Girl. Ooh, I've had a cake like that, Cynthia, before. There's how was my day? My day was pretty good. It's not my favorite shift in 11:30 to 7:30, but I got the gym in the morning and went for a nice little stroll. And during my stroll, that's when I decided to schedule the live, and then I scheduled it. Oh no, my thing is flashing that it's gonna die. Hold on. Wait a second. My gimbals don't die. plug him in. There we go. Oh, what's happening? Hi, Davy. Yes, yes, Cynthia. I'm gonna put it in the description when it does get uploaded. But it's from the Butternut. Sorry, it's backwards. The Butternut Bakery. I've never made a blueberry pie, but it's something that I do definitely want to try. Now the icing's gonna be interesting. The icing is a fudge, chocolate fudge frosting. So it's 2 cups of butter, powdered sugar, corn syrup. I'm gonna see if I can use an alternative to the corn syrup. Vanilla extract, salt, warm water, Dutch processed cocoa powder, and dark chocolate chips. Ooh. Do you like to make that mango cheesecake, Chantal? You said it was who your nieces. There's someone's birthday, or your nieces coming by. We'll keep that in mind. I mean, the berries are in season, so a nice blueberry pie or blueberry cheesecake. Oh my goodness. Oh, amazing. Well, happy birthday to your niece and nephew. Are they twins? All right, 10 minutes to go. Are they on the same day though? My older brother and I are on the same day, 2 years apart. So they're like, what is it called? Irish twins. I'm not gonna be making the icing today. I'll be making it on Wednesday. I'm making it on Canada Day and icing the cake then, because this has to cool anyway. And like by the time it cools down enough to make the fudge icing, it's gonna be way too late. So we're going to put it in the fridge. And honestly, wrapping these in saran wrap I think will help increase the moisture even more. So nice. Oh, okay, so they're just close together, not on the same day. Yeah, I mean, the odds of that happening are pretty high. It's like the odds are 1 out of 365, so. I'm going to be making a fudge, a chocolate fudge icing. It's the same recipe. I don't want to do like that Matilda cake, you know? I think this one might have cooled enough for me to actually wrap it now. They just destroy my kitchen. As is what happens on my channel. Very classic. I feel like this 23 minutes is long. I'm scared that I like reset it by accident. Basically, I'm gonna do this. Like this. Then I'm gonna grab a plate. Here. I am Canadian. Almost done the last layer. I'm very excited, Cynthia. You know what? We'll give you a review and let you know. Nico's just foaming at the mouth watching this. Oh yes. That's the thing, like, it feels nice to lift really heavy, but then, like, when I was wearing my little summer dress, I'm just, like, jacked, and I'm like, I don't know. the, the arms are looking nice and tone. I like this here. So I think, I don't know how long in the fridge. I wouldn't leave them in the fridge for more than a couple days. However, they freeze really well too. And I think a lot of people who bake cakes in advance, like they will freeze them. But I think they also wrap them, like they'll do foil and then, like they wrap them a lot to make sure they don't get freezer burnt. But they're like good as new. And it's really good for icing them because they're more firm and it gives you a little bit more leeway and then the cake is thawed by the time it's ready to serve. So um I'm just leaving them for 2 days, so I'm gonna be icing on Wednesday. All right. I think I'm gonna pull it out. Check it off. Check for doneness. Ooh, nope, pulled it out too fast. Would you look at that? Like another minute. This one still needs to cool. So yes, so I'll put them in the fridge. And then Wednesday at some point during the day. I might do it in the morning because I want to take a beautiful picture and because I'm south facing, the lighting is really nice around like 2 or 3 p.m. And I got myself some cake boards too. I got them on Amazon. My goodness, I could reach. No, I can't. Anyway, I got myself a bunch of cake boards. Bestest Times Reborn. I do have a cartwheel in one of my I think one of my shorts, the Chaos compilation. I do a cartwheel at the end. This one's taking a while, but I think it's just moist. Like I don't think it's not. Yeah, no. I think it's gonna keep baking, so it'll be fine. Alrighty. Whoops. Oops, sun came on. Ah, super hot. Because it keeps cooking, or it keeps baking, so I think it's okay if it's not super, super, super done. So that's the 3 layers done. This one is cooled off enough to be put in the fridge. And find some room. I shall make some room. And what I'm gonna do actually, put it on a plate. So I'm gonna wrap. I'm gonna do it more intelligently this time. I say that I'm just gonna be as much of a disaster. That. There we go. She's freaking moist, you guys. Like this. Like this. Okay. Yeah, I do not. I'm just thinking in my head. Thank you, Diva. Oh, someone asked a question. This one's cool enough, and to be honest, if it's like still a little bit warm, it's gonna help trap in the moisture. So you know how like when you wrap like something crispy and fresh in foil, like anything, it kind of gets moist. I kind of want that to happen with this cake. So I want to seal in all of that moistness. Because if I let it all kind of evaporate, that's kind of my thinking. Yeah, the mayo does do it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look at this. There's literal like droplets of goodness. Shall we do a? That is what I'm talking about. So now I know. I'm going to make a note of it for this recipe. For my oven, we do 325 and we do 22 minutes. So Another consideration is the fact that there was just one cake at a time, so perhaps that's why less time to cook. Thank you, Bestest Times Reborn. Yes, we want to share the joy of cake. But yeah, Tupperware, grocery stores, Dollarama, Costco, all over the place, really. Mostly Dollarama, I would say. Okay, there's a little piece. Yes, hit the bell because chaos. My schedule's still chaotic, so. Imagine for me, it's right here. I'm like, do I make just like a 2-layer cake or just eat this? So this one still has to cool. And then I'll wrap it in saran wrap, put it in the fridge. So right now, look at this. Oh my goodness. And this cake is, the plate is a really beautiful color too with the chocolate. So these 2 layers, I'll do the third one. And honestly, I feel like I did pretty good with the portioning. They're very even. The recipe did call for 3 layers. So it called for 3 layers. And the pans are 8-inch. So finally I actually bought the exact pan that the recipe called for. Resist the nibble. Yeah, I am resisting hardcore. So yes, 3 8-inch cake pans, grease the inside, line the bottom with parchment paper. And then it recommended if you have them, wrap the pans in damp cake strips and set aside. So I did everything that the recipe called for. For cocoa powder, it says unsweetened. It says, so for the actual frosting, it says Dutch processed cocoa powder or unsweetened. And then for the cake part, it says unsweetened. So I just got the Dutch process for like both. The pans I got on Amazon. I got it on Amazon, and this is the brand, but I think there's a brand called like Daddy something or like so Crown Cookware, but I don't think it's. Oh, it says made in Canada, so I don't know. I don't know if they're well known or, but I know there's you can get them on Amazon. The well known brands people recommend. So I would say go with those ones. You know what? A lot of people are selling them on Facebook Marketplace, surprisingly. Okay, my goodness. Well, I think while this cools, I'm going to wrap things up and I'm going to go ahead and do my dishes. And on Canada Day, I think because everyone has kind of like afternoon, evening plans, and probably Canada's going to be live streaming, right? I probably will ice it in the morning. The best brands, Cynthia, best to Google it, but like, I don't know off by heart, but go look at reviews and go see what like the bakers are recommending. But like, I think thicker, the professional ones, because I do have my cake pans that I bought from Dollarama, but to be honest, like with how my oven is, like I would not have gotten such a beautiful moist edge, I don't think, with my darker pans. So far, I'm really pleased with these aluminum pans, and I don't even know if they're like the best. They might be thinner than maybe. Um, I'll try to find it out. all of my other pans, like these are Betty Crocker. But like for example, for my blondies, I found like the edges were quite round and I didn't want that, and I ended up just like cutting it out. But if I can stop that from happening, that's okay. That's okay. It can work if you have like my oven is kind of garbage, so I have to set everything else on my side to like help me. Yeah, yeah. So Cynthia, maybe try these cake strips, Amazon as well, and they're just reusable. You just wet them, so maybe start with that. I will. I absolutely will. Everyone, keep cool. Um, I will see you probably Wednesday morning to ice the cake. If you don't catch the live, it will be available for you to see. I have no idea how it's going to turn out, so I will see you then. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of trying to figure out the best, moistest, most delicious 3-layered chocolate cake. Thank you, Chantel. Thank you, everyone, for liking, for subscribing. And yeah, I'll catch you in Canada Day. And I'm going to do my dishes now. Bye, everyone.